I moved to Fargo a few years ago, and when I moved to town, I was looking to educate myself for the local candidates that were running for various races. And one thing that I learned in kind of going through that process myself is that the voter turnout across the state, but in Cass County, has been hovering around 20% for many of our primary elections, which is when our local leaders are elected.
My colleague from the program explained how low voter turnout was locally and statewide. And while I knew it was troublesome, I didn't know quite how low it was.
The thought crossed my mind of, previously there were various outlets that had done voter information guides, but some of them required a subscription or other means, and I thought it would be great to develop something that would provide voters a nonpartisan, independent look at understanding what candidates stood for and what their ideas were across various political subdivisions.
That few people are making decisions that really affect the whole community, the wider region, if you think about it. And so that's when I realized that I think this is something that if we can make it engaging and make people want to look into it and learn more, that it could have a big impact on local politics.
When I was in the leadership program, this idea started out as just a platform to help voters understand who their candidates were going to be for various local elected positions. But it quickly evolved into also understanding that for many of the candidates at the local level, resources are pretty thin. They certainly don't have any campaign staff, and budgets can be tight. And so we came up with the idea to conduct a series of video interviews and then clip those interviews into short clips and provide them to the candidates so that they could both push them out and that we could share them on our social platforms. And we saw very quickly thousands of views for various races, and I don't think we fully understood how widely appreciated that would be and well received within our community. And it turned out to be a great resource. I think our group has a lot of pride in the fact that it's ongoing and it's becoming a sustainable model that can be continued by the Chamber's staff. At the end of the day, it's always been about how do we have better turnout at our elections, and we're electing leaders that are more representative of what the community's desired outcome is. So just to see the Chamber latch onto that and carry it forward as part of their Center for Civic Engagement, I think is something that we're really excited about.
I think the fact that an idea that a group of community members came up with and wanted to see to fruition, that idea was taken by the Chamber, is really a great example of the fact that the Chamber wants to use its staff, its skills, its resources to help community members be the change that they want to see. And so it's less of, we have what we're doing, we're the Chamber of Commerce, we know what we're doing, and more of a, let's work with our community. Let's work with the people who want to make these changes.
What I was really happy with was that the Chamber staff was committed to carrying it forward to continue to see VoteFMWF to be a resource for everybody. I think there's a recognition that we have a lot of great employers in this community, and every single one of the individuals in my leadership class had an employer behind them who saw the vision for what this program is and what it means for somebody to take a day out of work every month to invest in themselves. So I think it's a pat on the back to the Chamber, but also the employer's trust in the Chamber for generating and cultivating leaders in our community.